one last question. Let's talk about the wall, because on the one hand, I was fucking livid when I read that maybe Friendship Park on the border of San Diego and Mexico, United States, maybe was going to have like a wall put right through it, ending essentially what is like a park where visitors from both sides of the border can converse and meet, although there's stipulations on that. Sounds like they might not build that wall right through that fucking park, which, by the way, was inaugurated by like Nixon's wife. You're like, okay, that's a Republican. But then I was reading that in Yuma, Arizona, there's like holes in Trump's wall that Biden's just gonna patch up. He's not gonna take it down. He's just gonna finish the job. So what about this? I mean, I always get very upset when people are like, Trump never built the wall, and you're like, actually, he did in a lot of places.
Yeah, they did. And I mean, the problem is that they can continue to put all the barriers that they want. The fact is that people are gonna try, because they're fleeing. Many people are fleeing, terrible violence or poverty. Or whatever it is going on. You don't just pack up your things and say goodbye to your loved ones and perhaps never see them again in your life just for the fun of it, right? You leave because there's something that's making you really want to take this journey, and a wall is not going to stop you, right? If you really want to make this journey, you're going to try your best to get through. What's happening is that all these walls are creating situations where people are finding more dangerous ways to cross, right? And we don't want that. And so asylum is almost impossible to apply for. There's all these walls that are up everywhere. And so guess what? A lot of smugglers and a lot of people who go on their own, they will decide to go through places that are a lot more dangerous. And so we have more and more people who are dying. I don't know if you'll remember, 53 people died in a trailer in San Antonio not too long ago.
Yes.
Because I can assure you, they had no other choice but to follow the lead of these smugglers, and they ended up, in a trailer, suffocated and under the heat in San Antonio. And so we just can't continue to tolerate that. And
I just Greg Abbott blaming Biden, that.
Oh, and I mean, that's the thing. They're always going to play this political football, right? That Republicans are going to say this, the Democrat's going to say the Republican. But the fact is that for as long as I can remember, immigrants have been the enemy in this country. I mean, I talk about it in the podcast, right? In 9/11, after 9/11 happened, guess who became the enemy? It was us. It was brown and black people, Muslim folks. And to this day, both parties have done nothing but to use us as scapegoats, to try to blame it on us for almost every problem in this country.
To say nothing of, just weak sauce Democrats, if and when they get their act together, it's always in exchange for like more border militarization. And something I wanted to mention earlier, and we could go on, but we can't, but like, you're right about DHS being under control of this administration, and yet why are ICE agents and Border Patrol agents acting like rogue entities? They continue to act like they're fucking militias on the border, and as if they're not literally under the direction of President Biden. And they constantly throw him under the bus. They constantly shit on. They did it to Obama, of course. They keep on doing it to Biden. They love Trump, all that. But and of course they've got their own unions, the whole thing. It's like, this is a rogue entity. When you gonna, they're playing you.
Yeah.
They've been playing you. Ugh, so frustrating. Well, it's good to see that there are a few openings, but obviously there needs to be way more. Is there anything you want to add, Erica, before we sign off?
No, I think the hope is in the organizing, and the hope is in the people. That's where my hope has been for a long time. It hasn't been on the politicians or in the administration. It's been on, everyday people who are going through a really, really hard time right now, as undocumented folks or migrants, and others. We got to organize and push, right? Yeah. They're not going to give it to us. So that's where my hope is. And I hope we can continue to all work together as a movement to push hard.
What's going on, Frantifa? If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel right now. Hit that button. And also, you can become a patron and support the show every single week. Get access to bonus episodes and exclusive merchandise. Patreon.com/bitchuation room. Do it.